Men, what if I told you that the number one complaint I hear from women over 60 in my clinic has nothing to do with your size, your stamina, or how long you last? It is something far more basic, something so simple that when I tell you what it is, you might feel a little embarrassed you did not know sooner. And yet this one thing, this quiet, invisible habit, is quietly killing intimacy in bedrooms across the country. I am Dr. Sophie Clarke, a urologist with over 15 years helping men stay strong, confident, and connected to the women they love. And today I am going to share with you the most honest, raw, and important advice I have ever received. Not from textbooks or medical journals, but from older women themselves. Women who have lived long enough to know what truly matters. Women who have loved deeply, stayed loyal, and yet quietly suffered because their partners never learned this one critical truth. So, if you want your partner to feel safe, desired, and deeply connected to you, even into your 70s and 80s, stay with me because what I'm about to tell you will change how you think about intimacy, your body, and the woman lying next to you every single night. Before I give you the advice, I need to paint a picture for you, a picture of what I see almost daily in my practice. A man walks in, usually in his late 50s or 60s, maybe older. He sits down, clears his throat, and tells me he is worried. His erections are weaker, his desire is fading. He wonders if he needs medication, a procedure, or maybe just acceptance that his best years are behind him. I listen, I examine, I run tests, and often everything checks out fine. His testosterone is decent, his blood flow is manageable, his prostate is not causing major issues. So, I ask him a different kind of question, one that most doctors skip over entirely. I ask him, how is your relationship? How does your partner feel? How often do you touch her? Not for sex, but just because. How often do you talk? Really talk about what she needs, what she misses, what makes her feel alive. And almost every time the room goes silent, because most men have never been asked that question. And most men, if we are being completely honest, have no idea how to answer it. You see, here is what older women have been telling me for years, and I mean hundreds of conversations, late-night calls, tearful admissions during routine exams. They do not need you to be a machine. They do not need you to perform like you are 30 again. What they need, what they are begging for is presence, attention, tenderness, the willingness to show up, not just physically, but emotionally. One woman, 72 years old, sat in my office and said something I will never forget. She said, I do not care if he can get hard anymore. I just want him to hold me like he used to. I want him to look at me. I want to feel like I still matter. That sentence broke my heart, and it should break yours too. Because, gentlemen, this is the secret that nobody talks about. Intimacy after 60 is not about mechanics. It is about connection. And connection requires one thing above all else. It requires you to care about her experience as much as your own. Now, let me tell you what that actually looks like in practice, because this is not vague advice. This is specific, actionable, and backed by years of real stories from real women. First, older women want you to slow down. I know that sounds almost too simple, but hear me out. When you were younger, speed felt exciting. Quick touches, fast movements, urgency, that worked then because your bodies were primed, your hormones were raging, and everything responded instantly. But now her body has changed, and so is yours. Her skin is thinner now, her tissues are more delicate, her arousal takes longer to build. And rushing through intimacy, whether it is foreplay or the act itself, does not just feel uncomfortable for her. It feels dismissive, like you are trying to get it over with, like her pleasure does not matter. Slowing down is not weakness, it is respect. It is saying, I am not in a hurry. I want to be here with you. I want to notice you. I want to feel you. And when you do that, something beautiful happens. She relaxes, her body opens, her trust deepens, and intimacy becomes something far richer than it ever was before. Second, touch her without expecting anything in return. This is huge. So many men only initiate physical contact when they want sex. A hand on the shoulder, a kiss on the neck, a hug from behind, and every single time it comes with an agenda. She feels it, she knows. And over time, she starts to pull away, not because she does not want to be close to you, but because she is tired of feeling like affection is just a transaction, a means to an end. So, here is what you do instead. Touch her just to touch her. Run your hand down her arm while you are watching television. Kiss her forehead when you walk past her in the kitchen. Hold her hand during a walk, not because you are trying to start something, but because you want to be near her. These small, constant acts of affection do something powerful. They remind her that she is loved, that she is valued, that her body is not just a tool for your pleasure, but a place where safety, warmth, and connection live. And when a woman truly feels it, her desire comes back, not forced, not manufactured, but naturally, organically, beautifully. Third, ask her what she needs. And then, this is the hard part actually. Listen, most men assume they know what their partner wants. Maybe because it worked 20 years ago, maybe because they read something online, maybe because they just never thought to ask. But here is the truth. Her body has changed. Her desires have changed. What felt good at 40 might not feel good at 60. What turned her on in the past might not work anymore. And unless you ask, you will never know. So create space for that conversation, not during intimacy, but in a quiet moment when you are both relaxed. Ask her gently, lovingly, what feels good to you now? What do you miss? What would make you feel more connected to me? And when she answers, do not defend, do not explain, do not make excuses. Just listen, absorb it, let her words settle into your heart. Because what she is giving you in that moment is a gift. She is trusting you with her vulnerability. She is showing you a map to her heart. And if you honor that, if you really hear her, everything changes. Fourth, take care of your own health, not just for you, but for her. I cannot stress this enough. Your circulation, your energy, your mood, your ability to be present, all of it is tied to how well you care for your body. And when you let your health slip, when you ignore the warning signs, when you stop moving, stop eating well, stop drinking water, it does not just affect you, it affects her. She watches you struggle to walk upstairs. She sees you exhausted by midday. She notices when you avoid intimacy because you feel too tired or too uncomfortable, and it worries her. It saddens her. It makes her feel helpless. So when you take care of yourself, when you move your body daily, even just a walk, when you eat foods that fuel your circulation, when you stay hydrated and manage your stress, you are doing more than extending your own life. You are protecting the life you share with her. You are saying, I want to be here for you. I want to be strong for you. I want to be able to hold you, touch you, and love you for as long as possible. That is not vanity. That is love. And she feels it in every choice you make. Fifth, and this one might surprise you, be vulnerable. Older women tell me again and again that what they miss most is emotional intimacy. They miss hearing how you really feel. Not the surface stuff, not the small talk, but the deeper truths, your fears, your hopes, your memories, the things that make you human. Too many men think vulnerability is weakness, that showing emotion or admitting struggle will make them less of a man. But the opposite is true. When you open up, when you let her see the parts of you that are unsure, tired, or afraid, it does not push her away. It pulls her closer because now she knows you trust her. Now she knows you see her as more than just a body or a companion. You see her as your partner, your safe place, the person who holds your heart, And when a man gives that gift to a woman, especially after years together, it reignites something that no pill or technique ever could. It reignites respect, admiration, desire, not the shallow kind, but the kind that runs deep and lasts. Now, let me address something important. I know some of you are thinking, but what if I cannot perform the way I used to? What if my body does not cooperate anymore? Let me tell you something that might ease your mind. The women I speak with, the ones who have been married for 30, 40, even 50 years, they do not define intimacy by erections. They define it by effort, by presence, by the willingness to try. They want to know that you still want them, that you still see them as beautiful, desirable, worthy of attention. You can give her that even if your body is not what it once was. You can give her that through your words, your touch, your time. You can give her that by making her feel like she is the center of your world, not an afterthought. And here is the beautiful truth. When you do that, when you show up fully, emotionally, tenderly, her response will surprise you. She will soften, she will open, she will meet you where you are, and intimacy, real intimacy, becomes possible again, not because you performed perfectly, but because you loved completely. So what do older women wish men knew? They wish you knew that they are not asking for perfection. They are asking for presence. They wish you knew that your touch still matters, maybe more now than ever. They wish you knew that slowing down is not settling, it is savoring. They wish you knew that asking what she needs is not admitting defeat. It is showing strength. They wish you knew that taking care of your health is taking care of her heart. And they wish you knew that being vulnerable, being real, being honest is the most attractive thing you can do. Gentlemen, you are not too old to be a great lover. You are not past your prime. You are not less valuable because your body has changed. But you do need to meet this season of life with wisdom, with tenderness, with curiosity, and with the willingness to see your partner, truly see her as the woman she is now, not the woman she was 30 years ago. Because when you do that, when you honor her, when you slow down and pay attention, something remarkable happens. Intimacy does not fade, it deepens. Love does not weaken, it matures. And the connection you share becomes richer, sweeter, and more meaningful than anything you experienced in your younger years. So tonight or tomorrow morning or whenever you get the chance, I want you to try something. Sit down with your partner, hold her hand, look her in the eyes, and ask her, what do you need from me? What would make you feel loved? What do you miss? And then listen, really listen. Do not defend, do not explain, just hear her. Because in that moment you are doing something most men never do. You are choosing her, you are honoring her, you are saying, I still see you, I still want you, I still choose you. And that, my friend, is the advice older women wish every man knew. Not because it fixes everything overnight, but because it opens the door to something far more powerful than performance. It opens the door to real intimacy, real connection, real love. And that is what lasts. That is what heals. That is what makes the later years of life not just bearable, but beautiful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And remember, your best years are not behind you. They are waiting for you to show up with intention, with care, and with